Time I didn't touch grass or see grass for 5 years. You know what I mean? I mean, could you imagine being locked in your closet for 5 years while your family's moving on with their life? Could you imagine being locked in your closet for 5 years and can't get out? Can you imagine being locked in your closet for 5 years with the lights out and you have no control of the lights? Could you imagine that? Well, that's where my choices led me. You know, the choices that I made in life that I'm trying to prevent y'all from making. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard, man. You know, life is harder than you think because a lot of times we don't stop to think. You know what I mean? And you know, we just move forward. And by the time we stop to think, we laid up in a cage somewhere. And then now everybody that we loved, you know what I mean, has to move on with their lives without us, you know? And it's crazy that so many people don't understand the struggles, you know, that they're going through because they think life is sweet. When I was in jail 26 years, life was sweet because I learned how to survive in there. But then now here it is, they put me out here. You know, 26 years, I didn't have to worry about Christmas. I didn't have to worry about Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? I didn't have to worry about anything. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Europeans handled that for me. You know, they gave a fake ass meal, you know what I mean? And told us that we're supposed to be happy. You know, I was blessed that, uh, uh, you know, my children's mother brought my children to see me. So my children at least know who I am a little bit because I really don't know who I am. You know what I mean? I'm still struggling to find me, just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? 26 years without a Christmas, without a Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? And I'm going to share something even more realer with you. I can't sit here and honestly tell you that I remember one Christmas in my life. I don't remember not one Christmas in my life, and I'm 56. I have not one Christmas memory. I don't know if I suppressed it after being locked up that long or what, but I have not one Christmas memory in my life. And I haven't spent one free in 27 years because I got locked up December 10th, 1993. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hit the like if you like what I'm saying, because I see my people ain't even doing that. You know what I mean? Just throw a little chuckle in there. You know, feel free to hit the like. But like I said, if you don't understand, man, life is precious, man. I got a chance to be with my grandkids for Christmas because I didn't get a chance to be with my children for Christmas unless it was in a prison visiting hall for a little 4 hours for the day. And then they had to leave and go home and then have their Christmas. You know what I mean? I can't imagine what that was like for them. You know what I mean? I can't imagine what it was like for them. And it's sad. And I want to apologize to them, you know, for not being there for them from my choices, you know, that I made. You know, it's hard, man. It's hard. And it gets emotional, it gets touchy. If y'all got any questions about what I went through or whatever y'all did, you know, I'm gonna read some of these comments. You know, um, so it is what it is. You know, um, so it's just so hard, man. And I want y'all to understand that life ain't easy. Please be careful with the choices that you make. Spend time to talk to your family. You know what I mean? When you having issues and you feeling like your back is against the wall and you want to do something that you know you're not, you know, that you know is wrong. You know what I mean? That you know is wrong. We have to talk to each other, man. I had no one to talk to. I just sat here. Let me tell you what I spent today. All right, let me tell you how my Christmas went. I got up Christmas, got in the truck, and drove the presents down to go take to my grandkids to meet up. You know what I mean? With their grandmother to take them to, you know, my grandkids. And I got a whole rack of stuff in the back. I mean, the front seat, the back seat, the front seat, the trunk. I mean, and it's in the SUV. And I was excited to do it. It's my first Christmas. I'm looking forward to it. But like me, I'm just doing what I normally do. I'm just pushing forward. You know what I mean? I didn't even stop to think about it. You know what I mean? And then I hit a red light and I looked in the back and I saw all those presents. And I realized that was the first time I seen presents. You know what I mean? In 27 years. That's the first time I seen gifts wrapped in gift wrap paper in 27 years. You know what I mean? And as I thought about that, and I might get a little emotional now. I hope I bought my rag over here. You know what I mean? I might get a little emotional now, you know? But I look back and I saw these presents in the back, and I know I'm taking them to my grandkids. You understand? And then I started thinking back to what it was going to be like when I get to my grandkids and see them opening the presents. You understand what I'm saying? And I know any one of y'all thinking about that is going to bring joy to you. You know what I mean? But that brought nothing but tears. It broke me down. I had to pull off the side of the road on the highway. You know what I mean? Because I left that light and got on the highway, you know, the corner. I pulled over on the side of the highway, and you'll never believe what happened. A policeman pulled me over, thought that something was wrong with my truck, and asked me for my license and registration. I gave it to him. He looked at it, and he tried not to say anything to me because my eyes were filled with tears. I mean, I was crying, bawling. You know what I mean? Like I lost somebody, you know? And he's asking me if I'm all right. And I'm telling him, yeah. And he's saying, oh, you know, you was going a little slow back there, you know? And I said, I couldn't see the road through my tears. He said, why are you crying? Do you need to see someone? Do you need to talk to someone? And I said, no, I'm good. I'm talking to myself. I've been doing that for 26 years. He said, what you mean? I said, man, this is my first Christmas in 26 years. And the first time I seen presents in 26 years, gift wrapped, you know what I mean? And it just got a little too emotional for me, so I just needed to pull over. And the man looked at me and he started to cry. He said, you haven't seen a present or Christmas in 26 years? I said, no, officer. He said, where have you been? I said, man, I've been in federal prison for 26 years and they just released me under this new First Step Act that Donald Trump signed in for my positive rehabilitation and me helping other young brothers to get out of prison, you know? And he said, oh, shit, you're unique Mecca audio. You know what I mean? And it's a white man. You know what I mean? It's a white officer. You know what I mean? It's the first time I'm sharing this story because it was crazy. He said, man, you're unique Mecca audio. He said, man, I had mixed emotions when I first saw you when you first came out because you was on that no snitching movement. I said, no, I was never on the no snitching movement. You know what I mean? I was on the shut the F up moment. You know what I mean? Telling them don't get in the game. It ain't worth it. But if they choose to get in it, to know to just shut the F up. You know what I mean? And he's still crying while I'm talking to him. And he started chuckling and wiped his nose. And I said, man, you know what I mean? You ain't got a mask on. You know what I mean? And he said, oh, my bag. And he even took the mask out, put the mask on. You know what I mean? But as we sat there talking, he asked me, what was it like for 26 years being away from my family and my kids for these holidays? He said he couldn't fathom being away from his kids for one holiday. You know what I mean? For one holiday. And we both sat there on the side of the road crying. And he asked me, what are you crying from? Happiness? You know what I mean? And he said, I know you must be happy. I said, no, I'm not crying from happiness right now. I don't think, you know? And I even told him I don't think, because I didn't know why I was crying. You know what I mean? But he said, well, what are you feeling right now? I just want to know, what are you feeling? And that's why I decided to share this with y'all today on this here. But I had to get my composure together so I didn't cry in front of y'all. But he asked me, what are you feeling right now? Get ready to have your first Christmas in 26 years, you know? And I told him, man, I'm scared to death. I've never been so scared in my life. I was scared to death to see the joy in my grandkids' eyes because I knew I was going to cry. And I never cried in front of anyone, you know? And he looked at me and he said, man, you scared to see your grandkids happy opening presents. You know what I mean? He said, how could that be? I said, because I've never seen a child open presents. I can't remember as a child opening my own presents. So this whole experience is brand new to me. My life has been fucked up. Excuse the language. I ain't supposed to be cursing. I'm telling myself, but my life has been screwed up, man. I can't remember not one Thanksgiving. I mean, one Christmas growing up. But the good thing is, I got one memory of one Thanksgiving. Sitting in the dining room table. I don't even remember the food. You know what I mean? I just remember the first time I saw a big turkey. Because in Jamaica we didn't have the turkey thing for Thanksgiving. I didn't. You know what I mean? We had plenty of food. I ain't saying that. But I left there when I was 7, came up. But I couldn't remember, no other food on the table. My only memory was this big ass bird. You know what I mean? Laying there on this big plate. You know what I'm saying? And it looked delicious. Keeping it 100. And that's the only memory I got of Thanksgiving in my whole life. You know what I mean? It's sitting there, seeing a turkey on a plate. And I can't sit here and honestly tell you I remember one Christmas. I can't tell you what it feels like to open a present. I did that for the first time the other day, when my children, gave me my Christmas gifts. That was the first time that I can remember opening a present. Maybe I blocked it out. Because I'm sure I probably did. You know what I mean? Have Jones. Let me wipe my eyes real quick, man. I'm sure I had some, but I had to block it out to survive, to make it back out here to do what I'm doing today. I had to block everything out, man. I had to block everything out. And for 26 years, I argued with these people in the prison, the powers that be that ran the prison, to do one thing for me. I only asked them for one thing. One thing. You know what I mean? And they finally did it at the last prison where I was at. You know what I mean? And that was to open the law library up, at least for half a day, man. Please let me go in there and fight for my freedom on this day so I could get out there with my children, man. I didn't even fathom, you know what I mean? Have I been applying the skills that I learned? Of course. That's what I'm up here doing now. I'm sharing with you. These are things that I'm trying to tell you that I've suppressed, I've blocked out. You know what I mean? And the things that I've learned in there is what I've given to the other young men. And my next prison talk that I do, I'm gonna bring on some of the young brothers from on the inside that I've changed their lives. That's out here now. That's doing good. But that's why I ask you to go to Unique Mecca Audio TV and subscribe at Unique Mecca Audio TV, so I could put these type of personal videos and prison talk, grown folks talk, gospel talk on Unique Mecca Audio TV, and free this up to have the street stuff that majority of the people want. But it's been so hard, and like I said, I don't even know where to begin, man. But when I pulled over, let me speed back up for my story. When I pulled over after the police talked to me, he let me go. He said, "Man, well, I'm gonna sit behind you for as long as you need." This is what the police told me, state trooper, a white state trooper. He said, "I'm gonna sit behind you for as long as you need for you to get yourself together so that you can move forward with the rest of your life." And that man sat there behind me in his police car. And I just sat there and bawled, man. I called my son, Wayne. And I told him, I said, man, I explained to him what was going on. And he offered me to go stay at his house, go to his house to come get the keys so I could go to his house and get myself together. And that if I didn't want to go through with Christmas, with all the family, was all right. He understood, and that touched me, because that means that, I raised him well, and he learned to have empathy. You know what I mean? Empathy, not sympathy, empathy. You know what I mean? And he gives me the keys, and I go to his house, and I laid down for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I finally decided to, get up and get myself together. And I got the strength, and I went by to see my grandchildren and, watch them open the presents. And that was the best feeling of my life, and I had to hold it in because, not talking that cocky mess, but You know, I'm an old gangster, man. So I'm still not comfortable, you know what I mean, expressing emotions and letting people see me cry. You know what I mean? At all. I'm not comfortable with that. Not yet. You know what I mean? So I held it in and enjoyed my children, my grandchildren playing. And that's why when you go to my YouTube at Unique Mecca Audio, you'll see the pictures of my grandkids playing, but you don't see me in the pictures. You know what I mean? Because I had to remain strong for them, like if it was just a normal day for me, when it was far from a normal day. You know, it was far from a normal day. You know, for you, it might have been a normal day. These are the days that you take for granted. Say, man, I can't wait till it's over. Well, but before I saw my grandchildren, you know, playing with their toys and all that, uh, I was praying that I didn't have to go through this. You know what I mean? But, you know, I posted the videos. You see my grandchildren, you know, little Skylar, little Josiah, we call him JoJo. You see them playing with their little trucks and toys. And it's screwed up because I can't remember one Christmas. I can't remember not one Christmas. You know what I mean? What was that last comment somebody wanted me to read? Let me see. The skills he unique learned and his strong love and faith. Uh, I can't see it at the top. That's why I'm reading it there. Please stop talking and let me read it. The faith for Almighty Father God is what helped him gain his freedom and be able to see his mother and family. Your movie will be something. Huh. It definitely will. I went last night to talk about a movie deal with someone. Been there until 2 in the morning. But yeah, man, the skills that I learned, I learned some skills I wish I could forget. You know what I mean? But it was all in a part of survival. You know what I mean? Those are the skills that I remembered. You know what I mean? These emotional feelings and things like that. I can't remember. I can't remember them. You know what I mean? Love, all that, man. And I can't tell you what love is in that matter. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, growing up, now I know what love is. But I mean, for 26 years, man, I just pushed forward. And for 56 years, I just survived. And that's why I'm here sharing this with you to let you know. And hopefully, you know, the young ones or the parents or uncles, aunts, or whatever that's watching this, show this to their, you know, to the youth, you know, or even an older person, you know what I mean, that ain't doing right. So that they can know that they don't want to be me 26 years later. Because I don't want to be me today. Not the me that I was yesterday. I'm proud of the man that I am today. You know what I mean? And that's about it. But other than that, you know, that's all I can say about that, man. But I thank y'all, man, for, you know, tuning in and even listening, you know. But I just wanted y'all to know that, man, this shit ain't been easy, man. And, you know, it's hard out there. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out there. You know, I'm dropping a new video tonight at 8 o'clock called Prison Story. You know what I mean? This one is deep. And I think y'all need to watch this so you can understand what really going on in there. And this topic for tonight is dealing with patience. I learned patience from being on the inside. You know what I mean? I had to learn patience for 26 years in. If you didn't learn patience, you're going to wind up coming right back in. That's why now I know to be patient and wait for God to give me what I got coming. You know, and it's crazy because, you know, I just come home. This is my first Christmas. And I got a lot of homies that's looking up to me and looking out for me. You know what I mean? Looking out for me. And they want me to look out for them. This is my first Christmas and y'all want me to look out for you. It ain't like I'm saying they want a present. I mean, they want me to, I mean, come on, man. So I had to not respond. Because a lot of them been in the same situation as I've been in and just coming home too. You know what I mean? But they're putting the burden of their Christmas on me when I can't even handle my own Christmas. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I'm talking about, you know, they looking up to me. Oh man, it's just crazy, man. You know, because people could be so selfish to not think about what I'm going through after 26 years not being out here. You know what I mean? This is a time when I want to focus on my grandchildren. You know what I mean? Not on my homie that need a few dollars to get a Christmas gift. You know what I mean? I mean, I wish I could help you, but right now I need to get my head right. You know what I mean? I need to save Unique right now. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of worrying about people calling, they need this, they need that, because man, I need emotional support. You know what I mean? I need emotional support. You know, none of this is easy, man. You know, so for my brothers that's been calling that I didn't respond back to, that's why. You know what I mean? You're giving me too much pressure. You know what I mean? I'm not going to allow you to bust my pipe because I didn't allow the system to bust my pipe. You know what I mean? So let me take my time and enjoy this moment with my grandchildren. You know what I mean? And then we could deal with that. But right now, I have to worry about saving mine. You know what I mean? Tamika Moody, thank you for sharing. One love, stand tall, and you will overcome all your challenges. Yeah, sis. I pray that God continue to help me to overcome my challenges. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure y'all got many memories of the last holidays. And like I said, I don't have not one in my whole life in 56 years. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what a Christmas tree looked like damn near. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen it, walk past it, and kept it moving. Didn't even think about it because Christmas didn't mean nothing to me because I'm stuck in prison. We in prison, and they want to act like it's a big holiday, it's something big because this day they give us turkey. You know what I mean? They give us, all the stuff they give you all for that. I don't even go in the kitchen on those holidays because I fast on those holidays. On the streets, I fast on those holidays. When I was on the street, I just made sure my children had their Christmas presents and took care of that financially because I wasn't with their mothers. And I thought that was what being a father was about, was to provide for them. You know what I mean? Was to provide for them. But Monica made a song, I think it was for the kid, C Murder, that's locked up, where she said she didn't want all those things, the fancy trips and all of this. All she wanted was, for him to be there, you know? And that kind of sum up where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I thought that being a father was just taking care of my children financially, which a lot of y'all are probably thinking too. That's why I'm letting you know, no, they need us. They need us. And they need us there, but it's not easy, man. Please don't take things for granted. Don't take each other for granted, and definitely don't take your freedom for granted, because our choices affect everyone around us. That's what they call the trickle down effect. You know what I mean? My choices didn't just affect me because I decided to sell drugs and run around up and down and do all of this. It didn't just affect and hurt me. It hurt my children. It hurt my mother. You know what I mean? It hurt my children's mothers. You know what I mean? It hurt everyone associated with us that we tried to help, that we thought we was doing it for. When they removed us from that calculus and took us out of it, you know what I mean? They suffered, more. Well, I could have stayed out here, got a job, went to school, did whatever, you know what I mean? And been a better person. But I tried to take a shortcut, you know what I mean? Because it was there, you know what I mean? And, I went down the wrong road, and I'm trying to prevent y'all from going down the wrong road. You know what I mean? I'm trying to really prevent y'all from going down the wrong road because I went down the wrong road, But, 26 years, man. Now, I told this on my clemency joint, One of my, when I got locked up, my daughter was 7, 7, 8 years old, and here it is now I'm coming home, and my daughter has a daughter, which is my granddaughter, that's 7 and 8. When I look at my granddaughter, I see my daughter. You know what I mean? When I look at my baby daughter, my little daughter my baby daughter was like 18 months when I got locked up, a year. You know what I mean? And when I walked through the courtroom, you know what I mean? When I walked through the courtroom and they locked me up, being that I was, and I'm walking through with the handcuffs, her mother was holding in her arms, and she tried to jump out her mother's arms into my arms because she was used to me coming laying down there with her. And anytime I came by, I picked her up. But this time I got handcuffs walking out of the courtroom, getting ready to do a life sentence. We're on my way to Virginia because this was in New York when they opened my indictment. year old, 18, she's about 18, my 18-month daughter was 18 months. She tried to jump out of her mother's arms and jumped into my arms. And the marshals, which is the police, they had to grab her before she fell out of her mother's arms because she wasn't having it. When I walked by up that aisle and she was standing up in the aisle with her mother, mother was holding her, she tried to jump out of her mother's arms. That broke my heart. And from that day, I said, now we'll get back to this child. You know, and that's my son up there, Omar Beasy. You know what I mean? I got to bring him up here one day because that's my oldest son. You know what I mean? That's my heart. You know what I mean? He lived with me at my wildest point. I mean, I told him a whole bunch of foolishness that I was doing because back then I thought that foolishness was being a man. You know what I mean? But I taught him a lot of good wisdom. And when you hear him speak, then you'll understand the man that I am. You know what I mean? Because that's my little me. That's Omar Beasy. You know what I mean? Just so y'all know, this shit ain't easy. I left him behind, but he was the oldest, so he fully understand. And that's who helped keep me sane. You know what I mean? To understand a lot of things. Because he always told me, Pop, no matter what, I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? I'm proud of you. You made me the man that I am. Because he lived with me. He lived with me for my last 6 months. And I'm going to give you one. The very first time I went to pick Lil Wayne up, his mother took me, I take him riding and I'm taking him shopping. On my way to taking him shopping, when I went, he was crying. He didn't even want to go with me. He was about 4 or 5 years old. Okay, he was born 84 and this is 88. So he was 4 years old. So I go pick my son up, just come out of prison. I'm getting ready to take him shopping. I'm all excited. When I go to the house, he crying like a banshee. But I remember I used to cry all the time too. When I was that little, my mother used to make me cry until I stopped crying. So I grabbed the little boy, throw him over my shoulder, bring him downstairs like a caveman, throw him in the back of the Montero. You know what I mean? And he's steady crying. I got this little girl, Shantae, in the front seat with her little newborn baby. While we riding on the way to Fordham Road, he crying. So then when he finally calmed down, and the first thing he said to me, I don't even know if he remembered this. You know what I mean? The first thing my son said to me is, "Where's your gun, Daddy?" I looked at him, I said, "What gun?" He said, "The gun everybody say that you shoot everybody with. They say you had a gun and you like to shoot people." This is what my 4-year-old son, it's the first thing my 4-year-old said to me. You know what I mean? I just started bawling. You know what I mean? And I bust a U-turn. You know what I mean? And I was going to take him home. But instead, I took him to the polo grounds, to Mama Teresa house, up there with Gay and Justin. You know what I mean? And Ma took him and let me go in the back room and cry. And then, because I didn't even know how to shop there. I didn't know what no kid sizes was or nothing. Ma took him and go in the back room. Took me and I went in the back room. So then Ma come out and we go back to Fordham Road and Simpson Street, and I went and bought him a bunch of gear and all that. And, then I took him home. And then I haven't seen him again. Well, I didn't go see him again, you know what I mean, until 1993, because I normally gave his uncle, Diesel. I used to just give Diesel money to give to his mother because that's his cousin. And so I wouldn't have to go see him because I know the little boy ain't want to see me. You know what I mean? That's what my mentality, and I didn't want to deal with that emotional part of it. I'm an old gangster. That's what my mentality. I didn't want to deal with that. I couldn't deal with it. It was just too much for me, man. You know what I mean? Like this Christmas is too much for me, but I'm getting over it with the grace of God's help and my children and my grandchildren. But, in 1993, June, for his birthday, Diesel wasn't around. I text, but they call it, beat them, and he didn't respond. So I had to take the money myself. So when I take the money to go bring him, his mother come downstairs and she looking for him, but he around the corner in the arcade game on Tremont. They was living over there on Southern Boulevard in the Bronx at the time. So she said somebody go get him, you know what I mean? I didn't even see him. You understand what I'm saying? Then he came, he gave me a hug, and then he disappeared. Me and his mother talked for a little bit, and then now I'm ready to leave. And his mother looking for him so that they could tell him, so he could tell me bye, and I could tell him happy birthday one last time, but then I had to go. So when I looked over and when I got in the car to leave, because I couldn't wait no more, when I got in the car to leave, he's sitting in the front seat. You know what I mean? The little boy done jumped in the front seat, you know? So when I get in the car, I said, come on, I'm getting ready to go. He said, nah, I want to go with you. You know what I mean? I said, man, remember last time you went with me, I started laughing. And he's like, nah, what are you talking about? You know? So his mother said, nah, he grown now. He ain't going to do that no more. He ain't going to do that no more. He always asks about, he want to go with you. You know what I mean? I said, he's born 84, this 93, so he's 9 years old this time, just his 9th birthday. So I told her and I told him, I said, look, if I take him with me, I'm not bringing him back tonight. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go on and chill with him, and I'll take him to school in the morning, whatever. She said, well, that's your son. Do what you choose. You're always here. You're always welcome to take him, you know? And I took him with me. And that was June 1993. And he's on there so he can vouch for what I'm saying. From June 1993 until May 10th, June 7th was his birthday, until May 10th, 1993, like 5-6 months later, whatever the heck it add up to, you know, he stayed with me. I took him to school every day, you know what I mean? Hung out with him. You know, I was really into fishes and stuff like that, fish tanks and exotic fish, you know, sharks and stuff to eat shit, you know what I mean? So I used to take him to all the different pet shops all over the Bronx and all over the boroughs to look for exotic fish to buy. And that was our little thing. You know what I mean? But my son lived with me. So he got 6 months of living with me firsthand to understand the mind of a lunatic, to understand the mind of a nut. You know what I mean? That's just surviving. And he brought balance to my life for those 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And then he got locked, and then I got locked up. You know what I mean? And you know, it was just too much. But you know, my child's mother before my other child's mother had left me when I was in jail and broke my heart. You know what I mean? So I shut love out. You know what I mean? I was in love that one time, and I shut love out. And in order to survive, I had to keep love out. You know what I mean? I had to keep love out. So the whole time from 1985, 87 rather, when she left me, I had to keep love out my heart. So every time I met a female, that's why I met a female, I tell them straight up, man, I'm just trying to screw. You know what I mean? I just tell them how to feel. I just want from here. I want whatever. And that's it. And either they with it or they're not. Because I didn't have the emotional connection to lie to kick it. You know what I mean? Or to kick it to get in the pants. You know what I mean? Because my mother always told me never take away a woman's right to choose. You know what I mean? So I gave her the choice. If you're trying to go have sex, I want to go have sex. You know what I mean? What would you like to do? You know what I mean? And a lot of them didn't understand my direct approach, but a lot of them, they found it intriguing, and they tried to enter my mind a little bit. And I formed some really good friends, you know, lifetime friends that way, you know, and they love me because I've always been 100. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, I don't do love. You know what I mean? You know, I couldn't read and write. I damn sure couldn't spell love. And that was the last word I tried to learn how to do, how to spell. You know what I mean? But, man, it's just hard, man. So, you know, I'm going to tune out, trying to respond to some of these comments now. I just want to give a direct message, sharing how it felt for me after 26 years locked up to be home now. And that's why I'm not wearing a bucket hat today, because I'm not the cockiest kingpin right now. I'm just a survivor from the crack era. You know, I'm just a survivor from the crack era. And I'm trying to prevent the next person from going in. You know, thanks, May Lee. You know, that's my little sister. May Lee know me from back in the day, and she already know. I used to talk to her sister, and she know a whole bunch of females I talk. Like I said, I don't do all of that, man. You know, Black World Order, what's up, baby? You know, let me read some of these comments, man. But that's where I'm at. I wanted to share that. So I'm going to edit this out and just, you know, but we're going to go from there. But so if anybody got any comments or questions, man, y'all can shoot it up here. You know what I mean? And we go from there. You know what I mean? So Yellow Jesus, blessing. You know, Jackson 5, I see you. Chief, put whatever up on the thing you want to pin that you want me to speak on while I'm glancing through here, looking for something, you know, holidays, made you the blessings. I see that one, Tamika. You're welcome. You would vibe a tribe. Okay. Free Grandmaster J. Free him. Any uh any future trips to yard? Oh yeah, I'm definitely going. Right now they're trying to deport me. You know what I mean? To let you know. You know, I guess I was too gangster for this country, you know. But I was up here long enough where I'm a citizen, but they fight me now on that. You know what I mean? Just so you know. So, Chief, put the questions up there you want me to answer. I ain't got to waste the time reading. Mike Larry, do you think the streets owe you, or do you feel you owe the community? I feel I owe the community. Streets don't owe me shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, I stood tall because that's how I was raised, because that's the environment I was raised in. You know what I mean? And when I take an oath to someone, you know what I mean? You know, or something, you know what I mean? It's till death do us part. You know what I mean? So if I had to die in prison, that's how we would have parted, because I took an oath to the streets, you know? And I know y'all not used to, you know, hearing that or seeing that from someone that mean that from the heart, because everybody say it in a rap song now. You know what I mean? You know, I love the rap song because they speaking, you know, from the inside. That's why I'm getting ready to do some music. You know what I mean? I love the rap songs, but you know, no, the streets don't owe me shit. No one owe me nothing. The brothers that I didn't tell on don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the brothers that stayed out, that the feds tried to get me to tell on. You know what I mean? I didn't stand tall for no one to give me nothing. I didn't stand tall expecting anyone to give me anything. No one owes me nothing. I owe my children and my community that I destroyed. I'm the ower. That's why I'm trying to pay it back. You know what I mean? I owe you because my actions helped, you know, shape your children as well in some way or form or fashion, you know, even if it's indirectly. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning because even though my actions might have affected your child, you know what I mean? Or you per se, it affected someone close to you. And that's the trickle down effect. And then it comes right back around. Like, let me give you a quick one, because I'm going to have to tell a story about that one too on one of my prison talk. You know what I mean? You know, hold up. Did you try to teach? Did I try to teach what? I mean, all these questions, that's the best you could put up there. I don't understand what that means. But thank you, T Dizzle. You know, did you, I want questions up there so I can answer some questions. You know what I mean? Before I tune off is what I'm looking for, you know? But like I said, man, you know, I know a dude, I'm gonna give y'all a prison story right here. I know a dude that was making wine. You understand what I'm saying? And selling wine in the prison. And yeah, I used to drink wine in the prison, smoke weed, did all of that. You know what I mean? I know a dude that was making wine in the prison. And him making the wine in the prison, uh, uh, um, he went and sold the wine to one of his homies who went and drunk with another homie from another car. You understand what I'm saying? And they got drunk together. You know what I mean? And that same homie that made the wine was into making knives. You know what I mean? He was surviving, self-sufficient on the inside. So he making wine, he making knives and all that. And we all had a strong thing that you don't sell knives to the opposition. You know what I mean? If you make knives, make it for the car. You understand what I'm saying? And he didn't understand that. So he sat there and we always told him, man, stop selling wine, you know, knives to these, you know, out of towners, you know. He go and he puts in a bet and he wins the bet. And then now it's time to collect his money. So now dude dragged with giving him his money. You know what I mean? And he went to go get his money. And when he went over there to go get his money, humbly and peacefully, just to let him know, here, I won, here's my ticket. I would like my money. When he went to go get his money, you know what I mean? Dude was drunk from the wine that he sold him. You know what I mean? They got to arguing because of the wine that he drunk that impaired his common sense. I mean, the dude that owed him the money that owed the ticket. You know what I mean? And as they got to arguing, they got to fighting. And dude stabbed him with his own knife. The same knife that we told him stop selling to the opposition. You know what I mean? That same knife that he sold, that same wine that he sold, you know what I mean, was used against him. And that's the trickle down effect. Because he ain't had no business making wine and he had no business making knives. Yeah, what is it? You know what I mean? You know, so don't delete the question unless it's some trolls with some bullshit. Because Magic's Kitchen said something and it wasn't a troll. What was it? Getting money where? In the joint beef on the same time, on the street beef on the same time. Listen, man, money ain't got no face, dog. So let's stop the games. You know what I mean? So, you and me could be beefing all day. You know what I mean? But this money is neutral. We trying to get the money end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I hustled with a lot of people I didn't like. I sold drugs to a lot of people I didn't like. But I knew to keep my pistol near. You know what I mean? Just keeping it 100. You know what I mean? When you go in that local bodega, you know what I mean? Or you go in that white man's store, you know what I mean? And they follow you around and they act, like they don't want you in there. You understand what I'm saying? They don't like you. Their actions is telling you that. A lot of them don't even tell you that. But they don't like you, but you still spend your money with them. So they get money with you. And they racially beefing. You know what I mean? Just so you can understand a little bit. You know what I mean? I can't see what you put on there. It's like hidden. It says, did you try to teach? Is all I see up there. No, I didn't try to teach my family to fast for Christmas because I was fasting for my own personal reasons. You know what I mean? I was fasting because I didn't believe in it. I didn't have nothing to be thankful for Thanksgiving, so I fast doing that. I didn't, you know what I mean? Never would I teach them to fast during Christmas because I'm fasting during Christmas. I'm not teaching them to celebrate it. You understand? They already celebrate it. So I had to celebrate it with them because I love them. You know what I mean? And whatever they celebrate, you know what I mean? As long as, you know what I mean, it's nothing detrimental, I'm going to be there for them because that's what family's for. So I can't force my beliefs on them. You know what I mean? Or none of that. Okay, Loon, Assalamu alaikum, big brother. Just watching this video makes me want to set up some communications up with my pops after 20 years after deportation. But come on, man, the question left. Hold up. Find that question again. After deportation, but to be, Now, Meth, Loon, man, my father dead, man. He died in September 20, and I even remember when he died. September 23rd, 1999, my father died. I hated my father. You know what I mean? I hated my father, for many reasons. And I say hated. You know what I mean? I know we ain't supposed to hate, but I say, I hated him for many reasons. And, the way I deal with it, I just block it out. You know what I mean? But me right now, I can't honestly say if he was here now, I would make up with him. You understand what I'm saying? But I can't honestly sit here and say I hate him right now. You know what I mean? And I can't honestly say that I would say this and say that if he was here because I'm not dead. You know what I mean? But what I am going to suggest to you, Meth, if your pops was deported after that much time in jail, that means that he just wasn't there. So you need to make up with that. You understand? Because my father did some screwed up things to me that but that's just what it is. So I think that I suggest that, you reach out to your pops, family. I really suggest you reach out to him and build that communication because he's hurting too. You know what I mean? Listen, I got daughters that feel like they hate me. They're going to tell you, nah, they don't, man. Dude, it took me a minute, where I had to be patient to deal with their emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Because I love them. And I know it's my choices that of me getting taken away from them that created these emotions within them. You understand what I'm saying? My choices. So now I have to use the same patience that I learned to fight to get out here. You understand what I'm saying? Towards my children. You know what I mean? And someone up there, they pimped one. Okay, what is that? Cromwell one. Oh yes, our children definitely teach us so much at all ages because I'm learning from my grandchildren. You know what I mean? I learned how to accept Christmas on Christmas Day for my grandchildren. They were so happy, man. I ain't gonna say I'm looking forward to next year yet, because I'm still dealing with the emotions. But next year is gonna be a little easier. It's gonna be a little easier, man. And it's crazy because I didn't even stop to get the officer's name, that pulled me over on the side of the road. But like I said, he be watching my channel, so I'm quite sure, he'll reach out to me. And if it's the powers that be, his peoples allow him to, maybe he'll come up here and share the story of what went through his mind when he saw a lunatic crying on the side of the road because he was scared to go have Thanksgiving with his grandkids. You know what I mean? I know you can't even fathom that. That don't even sound real. But these are the things that Harvard want to get in my mind to find out what make me tick and what created me in this manner. You know what I mean? And, it is what it is. Open that one up. Steve Walker. I didn't get a chance to be. I see what happened when they go up. It's easy to build strong children than to fix broken men. Yeah, because we can't fix broken men. Let's get that right. And that's the problem with women. I'll be talking about that on my Grown Folks Talk. But make sure y'all go subscribe to Unique Mecca Audio TV so I can do more of this on Unique Mecca Audio TV, because I've been wanting to do this more, but I can't because it's taken over the Unique Mecca Audio, which is really a channel that was built, to reflect the street, you know what I mean? So that, y'all would know where I've been and what I've been through, you know what I mean? But, it's hard, man. How important was it having your family support during your time? Or during my time, I can't lie and say it was good either. You know what I mean? It was good, but I didn't stop to think about nothing, man. I just stopped to go to the law library to fight to get out because I know that wasn't the environment that I needed to be in to be a productive, a family member. You know what I mean? So, it's just hard, man. Tamika, okay, anyone can be healed if they're, they can definitely be healed if they're willing. Tamika Moody, because she said, I disagree. Anyone can be healed. I guess it's mean if they are willing. You know what I mean? Oh, yes, like you said, if they're willing. They have to be willing, but we can't fix a broken man unless he's willing to be fixed. He have to know he's broken. Until you admit you're broken, you can't be fixed. That's why I admit to you and myself that I poisoned my community. I screwed up my life. I need to fix my community and I need to fix my life. You know what I mean? It's hard. You know what I mean? Beautiful soul. Whatever you can't control or change in life, you just leave it in God's hands. That's exactly right. And that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? And I didn't start doing that until 2006. Before that, I sold drugs in the prison, did everything I needed to do and just kept it moving. And whatever I wanted, I'm thinking that I could fix it. I could change the outcome and I could do this and I could do that. You know what I mean? And that's when I took my Shahada in 2006 and really committed. Hold that question for Lou, for Meth. I'm going to come back to answer that. But thank you, Meth. You're welcome. But in 2006, I was in the hole. You know what I mean? Did like 5 months in the hole in 2006, summer 2006, until the day before Thanksgiving. They let me out the whole day before Thanksgiving to show you how screwed up this Thanksgiving thing is to me. They let me out. I got locked up June 6th on my daughter's birthday, my youngest daughter's birthday. These people put me in hole. For my actions. Let me just say that, keep it 100. And then they didn't let me out until the day before Thanksgiving. Like the 23rd, it was the 25th or 4th or something like that. When they let me out and they took me to another jail, they put me back in the hole for Thanksgiving. I wasn't mad because I didn't believe in that anyway. You know what I mean? But that's when I took my Shahada and I decided to leave everything in God's hands. And ever since then, I've been like a leaf in the wind and I allow Allah to move me, to carry me where he feels I need to be. And I leave things in his hands alone. He gave me all the tools to get anything I need done. But I have to have faith in him. We have to have faith in him. You know what I mean? But everything we need to survive, you know what I mean? Allah, God, Jesus Christ, you understand what I'm saying? Jehovah, Jah, Buddha, whatever label you choose to put on it, he gave it to us. But we have to stop thinking that because he gave it to us, that he made us better than him. Or that he made us, you know what I mean? Or he gave us that so that we didn't have to have faith in him. We must still have faith. We must have faith, But let me get into what the big brother Meth said. Yo, I'm gonna interview you too, dog. Where me and you gonna talk for real. Yo, that's Loon, so y'all know. You know what I mean? From Bad Boy. Okay, I thank you so much for that awesome advice, G. But in my father's absence, I gravitated to men like yourself, and that's what this is about at my channel. Meth, just what you said. Men gravitated towards me, and even when I was on the street, I never gave nobody drugs and all that. You understand? Unless they wanted to sell drugs, they came to me for it. But somebody came to me for help, I gave them money, and I took them to the store to get them what they need to make sure they didn't screw off the money. You understand what I'm saying? And did wrong things with it. But that's where that's at. So I say, big brother Meth, talk to your father family, because I would talk to mine. I would talk to mine if he was here now, even though there's a lot of things he did that I didn't disagree with. I'm quite sure they were far worse than just your father not being there. And you just did time yourself. So you know what it's like to not be there from your choices. And you know you didn't mean to hurt anyone when you made the choices that you made to wind up where you was at. You know you didn't mean to hurt anyone. You know you didn't mean to hurt your loved ones. You know what I mean? Not consciously. You know what I mean? And subconsciously, you knew that it'll take you away from them, but we didn't stop to weigh out those obstacles. You know what I mean? Where those decisions would take us. You know what I mean? So that's where that's at. Let me see. Meth said, I'm gonna go ahead and set up that communication. Oh, most def set that communication up, my brother. Lou, set that communication up with your father. Because right now, like I said, I got daughters that feel like they hate me because they got mixed emotions. I say hate. You know what I mean? They're going to tell you it ain't. I say it's hate. You know what I mean? Because they got mixed emotions about me not being there and what they call me abandoning them in this world to survive and fend for themselves as young women in the wilderness of North America with all these wolves out here, thieves, criminals, and everything else. And we need to be there for them. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hey, yo, AD, many people are stuck in their ways. It usually takes an act of God or an empathy, epiphany, for an adult to change. I mean, we can't put it. The bottom line is, that's right. So I don't want to even get into disagreeing and say I disagree. But my thing is, we have to want to change. Until we want to change, we're not going to change, man. Period. Like I just had my man Earn Peso on my Instagram live over there at Unique Mecca Audio, and he contacted me, one of the youth that I touched, because he wanted to change. And like Meth said, men like me is what he gravitated to because his father wasn't there. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I hope it was positive men like me, like the man that I'm trying to be today. Because I tried to be positive back then too, even though I was a screw up and poison the community. So I'm gonna take responsibility at the same time. But like I said, I didn't force no one to do anything. I didn't force drugs on them, because they was financially strapped and needed something. You know what I mean? I just did it because, you know what I mean? I was in a position to help. And now I'm in a position to help with my wisdom and the struggles that I've been through and with this YouTube. And I know that me on this YouTube scare a lot of people. So they come on here, they try and nitpick and pull apart words and put me in a category with all these other people, you know what I mean, that manipulate YouTube for the wrong reasons. You understand what I'm saying? And, that's not me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we've been up here hour, man. Please go over to Unique Mecca Audio TV and subscribe, and tell your friends to subscribe and put on your page for other people to subscribe so that we could get these 19,000 people on the Unique Mecca Audio channel that you're on now to go over there to watch those type of programs. Then I could give you more of me from my mind over there, because I don't want to overshadow this channel and I don't want to overshadow this conversation with this channel. So they need their own separate platform. And that's what I'm trying to convey. But I can't do that without y'all. When did you come to the realization of the need and to have the desire to change? When did I come to the realize? I didn't even think of it like that, dog. I just knew that I screwed up and I had to do better. I just knew when that white man had to catch my 18-month-old daughter because I was handcuffed and shackled walking through the courtroom. I knew then I needed to change, but I blocked that out. And then it took me, that was 90, that was 93. It took me to 2006. Now that I think about it as I'm speaking on it, to 2006, when I took my Shahada and decided to leave everything in God's hands. That's when I decided to change. And that's when I left everything in God's hands. That's why I come up here, when I feel like, going. You know what I mean? So, that's where we at. Devin Lee, tell us a little about your brother Peter. How much do you miss him? I don't want to talk about Peter right now because I break down in tears. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that I still block out. You know what I mean? I still block out. You know what I mean? Because that's how I survive. I put Teflon around my heart. You know what I mean? To keep out the things that mean the most to me. And that's how I survive. I know a psychiatrist would tell me it ain't right, but that's my self-diagnosis. So now I'm not going to talk about Peter and how much I miss him right now. D Brizzle, you know this for a reason. You are an elder now, trying to teach. Yeah, y'all got to leave the questions up long enough for me to read them. But I know I'm an elder now. And I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best to save someone's child, man, because no one was there to save me, and no one was there to save my child. I have a son. My youngest son name is Mahdi Jabri Holmes. He wasn't even a year when I got locked up. So I didn't even get to spend a birthday with him. Not one birthday in his whole life. He's like 27 now, maybe 28. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I block out because of where he at. So forgive me for not knowing my son's exact birthday because I don't think about it. Because these are the things that I still have no control of my emotions for. And I'm a man that like to be in control. You know what I mean? And if I'm in control of my emotions, I can walk the path that I choose to walk. You know what I mean? Because when you let your emotions overtake you, you know what I mean? That's when you make bad decisions. Because you're making emotional decisions. But I work like hell to get out here, to be here for Mahdi. You know what I mean? To celebrate his birthday with him. I finally get out of jail after 26 years. And Mahdi, and I never had one birthday with him as a free man. You know what I mean? And never spent a birthday with him because his mother never brought him to see me on his birthday. You know what I mean? But Mahdi right now is in state prison in Virginia doing 29 years. The next time, or the first time, I get to spend as a free man with my son and I will be 70 something years old when I get to spend my first birthday with my youngest son, where both of us is free. I will be 70 something years old and he'll be 40 something years old. Welcome to Unique's world. If you don't want that to be a part of your world, tighten up, soldier. Tighten up. And I want you all to be soldiers. I want you all to be soldiers. I want you to be soldiers towards getting your education, going to school, teaching your children, teaching your neighbors. These are the soldiers that I'm looking for at Unique Mecca Audio. You know what I mean? Go to the Mecca Audio Entertainment and sign up for the Mecca Audio crew. And you can go to Twitter at Crew Mecca. I haven't really been posting on the Twitter like I should and focusing on it, but go to Unique Mecca Audio. Go to Mecca Audio Entertainment. You know what I mean? I'm waiting on my man D-Wee to set up, Unique Mecca Audio YouTube. Then put the domain name over there. You know what I mean? So you could go over there and subscribe to the Mecca Audio crew. You know what I mean? To the Crew Mecca. Okay. All right. So I got a new subscriber. You know what I mean? Malik Idam. Okay. Been hearing my name, but I'm just seeing you. But just seeing my face. Okay. Yeah, this me, homie. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I'm just trying to help, man. I'm trying to give back and save from the misery that I've caused others. Ayo AD, have you sought therapy to get through some of the challenges you have been facing, adjusting to things on the outside? Nah, definitely seek therapy for that. But to be honest with you, I need therapy for way more than just adjusting to out here. Out here, I just moved to not think about it. That's how I ran through the YouTube and got to where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I definitely need to talk to a therapy to know how to get in tune with my emotions because I've suppressed them. I still suppress them at 56. You know what I mean? Just like I said, I can't even talk about my brother because I cry. You know what I mean? So yeah, I need therapy. I know I need therapy. You know what I mean? But that's why I'm up here now for you to look at me and know that if you don't want your child to be like me, you know what I mean? Or to go through what I went through, you know what I mean? You need to tighten up, put that leash on him and snatch his ass up when he start getting out of line. And when he going down the wrong path, don't say, oh, a hard head make a soft ass. I'm going to let you do what you're going to do. You're going to learn from your own mistakes and all of that crap. You know what I mean? Save your child. Save your neighbor. Save your friend. Save your family members. You know what I mean? Don't wait. It take a split second for you to get a life sentence. A split second to get a life sentence. Majority of the people that's in prison, they in there for less than 5 minutes. It took them, their crime didn't even take them 5 minutes and got them 30 years. Try to run up in a bank, take 2 minutes, 3 minutes and get caught. You know what I mean? And get 40 years for bank robbery. Beautiful soul. Being emotional is actually healthy for you. From my experience, it gave me a peace of mind and brought closure. See what happened, and brought closure to issues that I avoided for a while. Oh yeah, I agree with all that. You know what I mean? But I got to take this emotional stuff one day at a time, man. 1 second at a time, because all this is new to me, man. All this is new to me. You know what I mean? 10 years, before 10 years ago, man, you asked me, you know what I mean? What I think about love, what I think about emotions, what I say, man, that's crap. You know what I mean? Anybody that think about that is soft. You know what I mean? Because I'm pushing forward. You know what I mean? But I was pushing forward to open the gates, you know what I mean, of the hell on earth. You know what I mean? To come out here to get my life right. You understand what I'm saying? So I could help get someone else's child life right. And like I said, my man Ern Peso and Philly Blunts, you know what I mean? A few other brothers that I had on my Thanksgiving special. Go check out my Thanksgiving special where I put on brothers that I've touched since I've been home. Within a few months, I've saved a couple of lives because brothers was heading down the wrong path. And from seeing me and what I've been through, they knew to tighten up. You know? But like I said, I know y'all enjoying this. I've been up here. Oh, they gonna Ern Peso up there now. Let me see what he said. They just pinged something from the big brother. You know what I mean? Unique. How do you deal with those moments who catch anxiety? Oh, I don't catch anxiety. You know what I mean? I don't catch anxiety because I just take a deep breath. And like I said, I learned patience. You know, and I try not to let my emotions lead me. When your emotions lead you, that's where anxiety comes from. But if you use your mind, you understand what I'm saying? You know, think with your mind. And we already know we feel with our heart. But think with your mind. You understand? Before, you know what I mean, you let your heart think for you. And that's the mistakes that a lot of us make that I'm probably going to speak on one of the grown folks talk, that we allow our emotions to lead us. You know what I mean? And our lust. You know what I mean? And it don't have to be just lust for sex. It could be lust for money, lust for a car you want, lust for that new phone you want. There's all types of lust. You know what I mean? But we need to stay in control of our emotions, man. Express them. I'm not saying don't express them because I'm learning to express them. I'm expressing them now. But I might not do it as fast as, you know what I mean, y'all would like or I should, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Truck. Free Maurice Phillips from Jersey. He got life and was the biggest kingpin on the East Coast in the in the something 90s. In the late 90s. Oh, most definitely free him. You know what I mean? Because I was one of the biggest kingpins during the late 80s and early 90s. You know what I mean? And I'm free. So my brothers and sisters deserve to be free. It don't take 30 years for no man to get rehabilitated or no woman. It don't even take 25 years, especially when you ain't killed no one. You know what I mean? But these people lock us away and threw away the key. But I found the way to bend the system. You know what I mean? Let me answer these. I'm really ready to go. I don't want to be here too long. That's why y'all need to go over there. I'm going to get the questions. Y'all don't. That's why I need y'all to go to Unique Mecca Audio TV, man. Go sign up in Unique Mecca Audio TV and subscribe and hit the bell over there so I can do this over there. Then I can do this more often because I got other things that I want to put up on this channel because that's what this channel and platform was built on. So I'm trying to build Unique Mecca Audio TV to give you more of me like this. So y'all need to go to Unique Mecca Audio TV. Now let me see what D Drizzle said. I really got to go. I've been up here an hour, and I need to go see my grandkids. All right, all right. Would you ever have a sit down with Wallow? Would be great. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know who Wallow is. I heard they say, yeah, you know what I mean. Now I think I heard the name. I think Wallow the Kid. You know what I mean? I heard the name, but I don't have a problem sitting down with anyone. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, the viewers have a problem with who I sit down with. But I'm comfortable with myself. You understand what I'm saying? Where I can sit down with the devil. I can sit down with the Ku Klux Klan. You know what I mean? I can sit down with the man that told on me and got me life in jail for my actions. So he didn't get me life for his actions, even though he lied on most of the things he said. But you know what I mean? The man that told on me, I'm not mad at. I could sit down with him and I could shake the man's hand. And I'm saying this on YouTube because you know, so if any of y'all know him, you could, and I'm not even gonna say his name to put him out there because that's not of importance to my mission. You know what I mean? That's not relevant. You know what I mean? But I can shake the hand of the man that got me life sentence. I can sit down and have dinner with the man that told on me and got me a life sentence. So how I can't sit down with another man that didn't tell on me? That's how in tune I am with myself. You know what I mean? And secure I am with my manhood that I can sit down with the devil and have a conversation. You know what I mean? And, you know, we can do a couple more if there's anything of substance. Okay, Unique, Merry Christmas. How do you deal with people who turn and put you back in the game now that you control your destiny? I didn't understand that. How do you deal with people who turn and put, where did that come from? I'm not back in the game. I'm misconstruing it then. Oh, I deal with people that turn you and pull you back in the game. Stay the hell away from them. Anybody that don't want what you know is best for you, stay the hell away from them. Anybody that don't want what you know is best for you, you stay away from them. And that's why you need to go over to Unique Mecca Audio TV and subscribe so I can spend more time dealing with questions and topics like this, because this is going to be overshadowed by the content that's on this channel when this needs to be on its own channel. And only way I can successfully accomplish that is to get you to go over there instead of being lazy, and put the numbers up instead of being lazy and just want to come here because it's easy to go Unique Mecca Audio. You know what I mean? You got to help me help you, man. Okay, Ayo AD, how important has fasting been for you in your walk and gaining discipline? Oh, fasting is most definitely a part of, you know what I mean, the man I am and what strengthened me, you know what I mean, and gaining my discipline. You know what I mean? I fast every year during the month of Ramadan. You know what I mean? Every year during the month of Ramadan, I fast. I look forward to it. You know what I mean? And Meth know what I'm talking about. I look forward to Ramadan, and I don't eat from sun up to sundown. Like when the month of Ramadan fall in the summer months, we don't eat from like 6 in the morning to 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 to 9, quarter to 9 at night. You know what I mean? That's over 12 hours without putting nothing in your body. That's discipline. Not a drop of water, nothing. So if I could survive the month of Ramadan, that's where Allah blessed me a million times over. You know what I mean? And that's why He allowed me to come out here today, because I successfully fast during the month of Ramadan. You know what I mean? Really, I've been fasting from Ramadan from 1995. You know what I mean? But I didn't take my Shahada official and seriously to get on my deen until 2006. You know, let's get that right. You know, I mean, fasting is most definitely, you know what I mean, a part of the discipline, you know, and to show you how crazy it is when you fast, right? Every day you know you eat, like when I'm in prison and y'all out here, so you got your eating time. Every day in prison, they give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time. So they do this every day for 10 years, 5 months, 5 days, whatever. Your mind knows that at these 3 times a day, you understand what I'm saying? That you put something in your mouth. So your mind tells you at least 3 times a day, put something in your mouth. And then now when you haven't had anything in your mouth all day, your mind tells you you're starving from a few hours. You're starving from a few hours of not eating. Because that's what your mind is telling you. You understand what I'm saying? So you push through it and you make it past that lunch. And you say, damn, then dinner time coming, now you feel hungry again. You know? Now, after these meals come, and then when you finally break fast, we break fast with a date. You know what I mean? I take that date. You know what a date look like. A date is smaller than this, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's a little bigger than a raisin. When I eat that date, I feel full. like I've been eating all day from that little date, because that's what was my mind playing tricks on me. My mind was telling me that I was hungry. I was never really hungry because Allah is not going to let me starve to death. You know what I mean? But those couple of hours felt like an eternity, you know? But let me get ready to go because I don't want to make this too long. Hour and 13 minutes I've been up here. We try to make an hour 15 and chunk out real quick. But go to Unique Mecca Audio TV, subscribe if you want me to do more of this. Those numbers got to pick up. You know what I mean? Wallow is Gilly the Kid's cousin. He has a platform that's doing well. Okay, I don't know Gilly the Kid. You know what I mean? I don't watch YouTube, dog. Forgive me. You know what I mean? I don't watch YouTube, especially after I dropped that video and everybody started making up all kinds of stories about something so positive that would have been so epic to help the youth. So I definitely don't want to watch YouTube. You know what I mean? So now, but I'm going to check them out, being that you mentioned them, beautiful soul. Tichi, write that down. Send me a couple of links on them so I can see it. You know what I mean? Okay, Eddie E. Tonight, Eddie E asked me to talk about ADX. Matter of fact, I got a video I did with Drez talking about ADX that I didn't want to drop because it's a little too powerful with me fighting this immigration right now. You know what I mean? So I didn't drop that yet. But I've spoken about the Wayne Perry story where I gave a ADX story, and I'm going to give more. Those go on the prison talk. I'm dropping a prison talk tonight that you're going to love, homie. Check out prison talk at 9 o'clock because I want y'all to digest this. You know? Am I in a gang? I can't even spell gang. When I grew up, they didn't have gangs. We had crews, drug crews. It was about making money. And that was it. Not knocking anyone for whatever they're doing now as far as whatever, but I've never been in a gang. I don't even know anything about a gang. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, that's the generation after me. You know what I mean? So I've never been in a gang. You know what I mean? But like I said, ADE, check out Unique Mecca Audio at 8 o'clock tonight, man. I got a video I'm dropping up there called Prison Stories. And yes, I'm going to be giving up more ADX stories and all that. I'm dropping this. You know what I mean? Who? Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to do videos on cars and all that too. But that's what I'm saying. I can't do none of that until I get the people over there and get the numbers up at Unique Mecca Audio TV. You must tell your friends to go to Unique Mecca Audio TV so I can give the wisdom up over there and give these stories that y'all want over here. Now, I've been up here too long, man. I got to go. Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? To my children, to my community, and to my family and friends. I apologize for all the bad choices I made in life that, you know, took your life down or your thoughts of me and others down a negative path. You know what I mean? I apologize, and I'm out, man. Let me go. God bless you. Go to Unique Mecca Audio TV, subscribe. Oh, yeah, hold up. Where did you join at? And make sure, you know, You cop the book of Rowan Hall and you want to know more about the streets. You know what I mean? All right. Over, you know where to copy that. Unique Mecca Audio, at Instagram in the comments. I mean, in the front, whatever y'all call it. I'm just learning this. And at rowanharlem.com got a website for it with a banging video. And the video is banging. Go check the video over there. My man D-Wee did that. You know what I mean? All the way in the lab. The joint is fire. You know what I mean? All right. Let me go, man. I love y'all. Cop the book of Rowan Harlem. And let's get our life right, man. All right. God bless y'all.